Welcome back. Our company, Entrepreneur, is responsible for marketing creative projects. But marketing a creative product release is notoriously difficult when compared to marketing a product release for a normal business. When I used to manage a recording studio, I would see countless projects by musicians that were awesome fall on deaf ears. In this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how we've developed our strategy for marketing a creative product release, whether that be an album or a documentary or a comic book. And I'll also be giving you a free workbook that details the nitty-gritty, the setup for how we do this at our music marketing agency. So let's get into it. If you want to get a total stranger to be interested in and then invest in your product or service, you have to convince them that it's the right thing for them. So you need a platform to have a larger conversation with them about their problem. And you need to be able to find and get in front of tons of strangers who probably have that problem. Now for businesses, this is pretty straightforward. It's genius marketing, but at this point it's standardized. You offer some little product or service for free that gets you in front of a prospect. While delivering it, you can have that conversation about the larger project. So for instance, if you're a plumber, you might offer a free bathroom and kitchen audit. You'll come into a client's home and you'll inspect their pipes and you'll check out their sink and make sure everything's working properly. This also does two other things, because while they're inspecting the pipes, they're seeing where they can offer something else. They have an opportunity to directly pitch a follow-up offer. For a dentist, this is also pretty standardized. Free teeth whitening. You're in the dentist chair getting your teeth whitened, but they're also looking for cavities. They're looking for spacing issues. They're looking for services they can offer you. Businesses with free offers can use advertising to get clients this way. And this is called a sales funnel. It starts with an ad or a broadcast message that offers something for free, which gives you a platform to have the discussion about what you offer. And then you can make that offer and the client's much more likely to take it because they've already seen what your work can do. With a creative, it's not so easy. Number one, we can't really make a free offer to someone who's never heard about us before because they're not gonna care. They have to know that they like the music or like the film or like the graphic design or whatever you do creatively before they're going to take a free offer. So we need a step before that free offer that kind of verifies that they dig it. Then we don't solve their kitchen sink problems. We solve existential problems. People like the music they like and the documentaries they like because it says something about who they are. It reinforces their worldview. I have vinyl all around my office that I'm never gonna listen to because I don't have a record player, but I'm happy to pay $20 for that Otis Redding vinyl because it says a lot about who I am. If we wanna market creative projects, we have to change up the process a little bit. So I spent a year and a half just trying different things out. And through a lot of trial and error, I found something that works pretty damn reliably. So here's how it works. First, we know that we have to verify that the strangers that we're putting your music in front of dig it. Specifically, we use Facebook and Instagram ads to show a performance video or some kind of visually based advertisement that has no call to action. Because it has no call to action, they're much more likely to actually watch the video or give it a try because they don't feel like they're being advertised to. And because of how Facebook and Instagram's ad platform and a lot of ad platforms work these days, we can actually follow back up with them based on how much of the content they consume. So that first ad, that kind of is like a filter. It filters out any strangers who won't dig the content. It also introduces them to the person so that they recognize you when we make that follow-up free offer. Then we need a free offer. In the heyday of iTunes, free downloads were a great offer. You're basically giving someone $3 to $6 for free. But we don't download music to our computers anymore to listen to it. So free downloads have kind of lost their luster, their value as an offer. In late 2016, I worked with the artist Nino Bless to take his album, The Audio Trip, and transform it into a free offer. Because of the creativity of that album is a conceptual album. It explores bipolarity and states of mania and depression. That's a pretty compelling narrative for an album, and it gave us an opportunity to create something more than just the album. We wanted to take the album and use it as the subject matter for an interactive online experience. And this is where we try to get the free offer. Make it something interactive exclusive, something they have to pay attention to over multiple days, an experience, a journey. So the free offer is typically inviting people who have dug the content in the past to take part in a multi-day interactive experience. So we have the free offer. Now we need a medium of communication, because when a plumber goes into your house or when you plop down in a dentist chair, they can talk right to you. But if we just give them the links to this free offer, it's not very exclusive because it's public, but we also can't really talk to them during that time. So our medium of communication is typically email and Facebook Messenger, because those can be automated. If someone signs up for an email list, you can automate the emails that they get thereafter. You can do the same thing with Facebook Messenger, which is really awesome. It's a really cool new technology that we didn't have just 3-4 years ago. So whether it's email automation or messenger chatbot, that's our medium of communication. Our free offer is the interactive album experience. We use ads that explain what that free offer is. If they click on the ad, they then go to a landing page. A landing page, if you don't know, is not like a website. It's a dedicated page for an offer. There's only 2 options on a landing page: take the offer or leave. There's no links to your other content. There's no links to your social media profiles. It's just for the purpose of them signing up for this offer. The ad sends them to the landing page. The landing page has all the info they need to understand what's being offered. And it also has the means of signing up. So they can click a button to sign up via Messenger, or they can fill out a form to sign up via email. On the landing page, there's also typically a countdown timer. We typically run these experiences live so that everyone who signs up is going through it together. When the countdown timer gets to 0, the experience starts. So when people sign up but the countdown timer hasn't ended yet, they're in pre-launch phase. This is an area where we can communicate with your audience, we can educate them on who you are. So we'll typically send a series of pre-launch emails that tell stories, that give free value, that endear your audience to you and your content. Then the launch starts. We send anyone who signed up for the launch to hidden, dedicated, exclusive web pages that house the content. So for the audio trip with Nino Bless, we sent audience members or people who had signed up to a different web page every single day. Each day had a different track or 2 tracks assigned to it. So we walked them through every single song on the album, and every single page was themed to discuss the emotions and the subject matter of each song, which really elevated the album to this higher art form where it's not just auditory, it's also visual, it's also interactive. We asked for people to email us back. We responded to those emails. And that's typically what we seek to achieve with these launches. We're trying to drip out content over a number of days, but also use that as a platform. Now, a plumber or a dentist is going to use that as a platform to discuss other work, but we're using it as a platform to endear the audience to the artwork. Because when it comes to artwork, people buy things that they identify with existentially. I buy a Misfits t-shirt because I identify with the music. It means something to me. And if the t-shirt doesn't mean anything to you, you're never gonna buy it. So we want to create that experience to where the merchandise, the products that follow mean something. They're tied to an experience, which is really what happens when you discover an album you truly love. You have experiences with it. You have relationships and breakups with it. You party with your friends to it. This strategy kind of speeds up that process. Then on the last day, we go into post-launch, which is when we're making the offer. If we've done the job of helping the audience identify existentially with the artwork, then they're going to want some token of the experience. This is the same reason why after a roller coaster, you exit through the gift shop. Do you need a t-shirt with the roller coaster on it? No, it doesn't benefit your life in any way except to have a conversation with someone when they see that t-shirt. The t-shirt signifies an experience you had. That's why you buy it. It's why you buy almost any shirt, to be honest with you. Typically, we're offering 3 products. The first is a limited edition exclusive product that we're only gonna print once, and once it's gone, it's gone. That way people know that they're getting something that's unique to them, because those who didn't partake in that experience can't get it. For any audience members who decide to take that offer, we'll make a follow-up offer for an exclusive piece of merchandise. Now, I've seen everything from limited edition photo prints, like in the case of our buddy Dukes, and I'll put a video where he actually talks about that right here, to buttons from our friend Caracal. She offered a button set, I bought it, and it's badass. fast and it was a high margin. It had a high rate of profit for every sale she made. Sometimes it's a t-shirt, sometimes it's a hoodie, sometimes it's a painting. But we usually have a number of products on the back end of that first offer. During the post-launch phase, after the experience, we'll usually take 7 to 14 days to really make sure everyone is notified about the limited edition offer and try to sell out of it. We try to just pump out all the inventory during that period. And if this is successful, there's 2 options thereafter. We can either make it automatic where people can just sign up and go through it. There's no pre-launch, there's no countdown. That typically has a lower sales rate than if we run it live again. So some artists will opt to run it live over and over again until they get tired of it and they have a new album to market. Now there's 3 levels of this strategy that we run in our music marketing agency. There's the grassroots level where someone has no fan base, they're just starting out. If they already have that initial fan base going, we'll run the middle kind of level of launch, affirmation launch. Then the third type of launch we run is when we have an agency client who's just already famous. And this is called an ascension launch, and it's just meant to maximize profit. Depending on where you're at, you run any 3 of these launches. They're slightly different in structure based on where you're at. This strategy is something that we've worked on a lot. If your artwork is good, if it's at the level where it can attract an audience, this ensures that it will get that audience because it uses paid advertising, which ensures that the message will get in front of them. And that's great. Like, it's exactly what I wanted it to be when I first set out to apply what I was learning in business marketing to musicians, which it kind of shows them like, hey, this is a business. This music you're making, it has sales value. You can use marketing to build a real company around your artwork. That's all I wanted. Like, I wanted these amazingly talented artists that I was working with to know that there's a way that they can be certain that their artwork is gonna get in front of people who truly love it. I've signed and sent out CDs to Japan and Korea and Germany and South Africa and Ireland, and it's awesome. That's the coolest thing. Now, I've built a business around this kind of stuff, running these kinds of strategies for musicians primarily, but pretty much any creative. Because for musicians, podcasters, YouTubers, filmmakers, the issue is the same. We don't solve people's pipes. We solve existential problems, which means that we have to market in a little bit more of a nuanced way. So we've created a training around exactly what I've just told you about. We show you how to set up the ads, we show you how to set up the websites, the email automation, all of it. And because some people have trouble learning from video walkthroughs, we created an accompanying workbook that goes with the training. In the spirit of everything we've discussed in this video, I'd like to offer you the workbook for free so that you can see the value that we provide. I'm confident that in going through the workbook, it's going to help solve your problem, help open your eyes to what we discussed here. And if you want to come on board with us, you will, because you know that we can help you. And that's really all we want. So there's a link in the description if you'd like to download this 64-page workbook, and it should provide you a lot of the info that you need to set something like this up. And we have case study after case study after case study that shows what this strategy can do. So I hope you'll use it to change it up and show yourself that this is a real business you've got. If you've got talent, that's a business. With that said, I've been Circa for Full Stack Creative. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and also thumbs upping it. And I hope to see you in the next video. And stay indie, please, because you can, and it's awesome. Peace out, indies.